It's been an interesting day on the presidential campaign trail. President Obama is on his first bus tour of the race, and he has some competing company on the road. NBC News White House correspondent Kristen Welker is traveling with the president in Parma, Ohio.
President Obama began today's campaigning in the vote-rich swing state of Ohio, courting, among others, white working-class voters who can make the difference in who wins and loses elections in the industrial heartland.
Hello, Ohio!
First stop, the manufacturing town of Maumee, where the president touted the bailout of the auto industry, which employs 1 out of every 8 Ohioans.
I was betting on the American worker, and I was betting on American industry. And 3 years later, the American auto industry is coming roaring back.
But the economy is not recovering as fast as the president had hoped. The unemployment rate is hovering around 8.2%. A recent opinion poll suggests Obama and Republican Mitt Romney neck and neck. 49% of voters say they will cast ballots for Obama. 46% say they will back Romney. The U.S. presidential election is just 4 months away. Obama hopes to widen his support among middle-class and younger voters by touring states that are crucial to winning the election. He'll visit Pennsylvania on Friday.
Others in the Obama campaign discussing wealth Romney has invested overseas in the Cayman Islands and Bermuda painted an even more nefarious picture of the presumptive Republican nominee.
He somehow chose to find the tax haven, Switzerland, where he opened up a bank account. Doesn't it make you wonder what Mitt Romney is trying to hide from the American people?
Romney's campaign calls these charges false, denying that he outsourced jobs in the private sector and denying that any of his foreign investments were made to avoid taxes. And even though Romney was on vacation today, his campaign sent 2 vice presidential possibilities, former Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty and Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, to shadow the president in Ohio.
Barack Obama's basic slogan for this campaign is, hey, it could be worse. Mitt Romney's slogan is, it will be better.
Obama's campaign, trade unions and Democrats hoped to raise more than $1 billion in this election, but the Republicans could still top that. It could be a sign Democrats are disappointed in the president, or there are more Republicans who want him out. One analyst says many people don't like unlimited donations, but that's reality.
Nobody's doing anything that's illegal. We can argue that what the perception is of where the money is coming from, different from the legal issue. And I think my point to this is people are using the system that is allowed.
Here's the reason this is important. In the last 3 elections, the campaign that raised more won. The economy will be the most important campaign issue. So one way or another, this is all going to come down to money.
The United States has complained to the World Trade Organization about the level of China's import duties on large-engined cars that are made in the US. Now, the import tariffs will hit more than 3/4 of American vehicle exports to China, and that comes to about $3 billion a year. And now this could add as much as 20% to the price of a luxury car. And Washington, of course, thinks that's unfair. And this is a good time in an election year for a president to make a bit of noise about it. And that's exactly what President Obama's been doing in the car-making state of Ohio.
That's why my administration brought trade cases against China at a faster pace than the previous administration. And we've won those cases. Just this morning, my administration took a new action to hold China accountable for unfair trade practices that harm American automakers. And let me tell you something, Americans aren't afraid to compete. We believe in competition. I believe in trade. And I know this, Americans and American workers build better products than anybody else. So as long as we're competing on a fair playing field instead of an unfair playing field, we'll do just fine. But we're going to make sure that competition is fair. That's what I believe. That's part of our vision for America.